So I played the beta today for 3 hours for Battlefield 6, and it was pretty good. It was pretty surprising, to be quite honest with you. I got up pretty early. I think it went live around 3 a.m. my time. So that's pretty fucking early. So I was like, I don't know if I want to get up at 3 a.m. for the beta. I might not even be all that great at that hour. So I ended up getting up around 5 in the morning and logging in. There was a queue of like 315,000 people, but to be honest, the queue went by very, very quickly. But look, outside of that, you guys know that I'm not the biggest multiplayer player out there. I'm not super good at it like a lot of people might be on the internet or content creators or streamers. I'm nowhere near that. But I wanted to find some enjoyment in playing the beta. I wanted to feel the guns. I wanted to feel some of the modes. I wanted to feel the movement. I wanted to feel a lot of different things. When I got into my first match, I played Conquest, and Conquest is one of the main modes in Battlefield. But when I jumped in, to be honest, I don't know if it was because it was 5 in the morning and I wasn't like fully there and I hadn't played, this was my first game on Battlefield 6, that I got my ass whooped. I couldn't really find people. I couldn't get any kills or anything like that. And so I started looking at the modes that we had, and I found Domination. Now, Domination on here, it's a little bit better for me because it's a smaller scale battle. It's objective based, and they take about 10 minutes or so to complete. So I really like Domination in COD, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it in Battlefield 6 because I want to do a little bit more like small scale stuff. I want it to be a little bit smaller so I can at least get a feel for the movement and get a feel for the guns. And so I did that, and it was a improvement. I played the first hour and change with me recording audio at the same time as I was playing, but that didn't really feel right. I don't know if I couldn't multitask. I don't know if I couldn't concentrate. I don't know if it was too early and I didn't want to be too loud. I don't know. I ended up taking off the microphone and just playing with the headset, just concentrating on that for another hour and like 15 or an hour and 20 minutes is how long I played. And I improved. I ended up getting like, 13 kills, 15 kills, 17 kills, 11 kills. So it wasn't like massively great kills, but I was also really trying hard to do the objectives. Sometimes when I'm playing Call of Duty or when I'm playing something like that, I don't really care too much for the objectives no matter what I'm doing. But one thing that I got from a lot of you guys in the comment for Battlefield fans was, you know what, here in Battlefield 6, we don't really want to do all that crazy grinding stuff. We want to play as a team, help each other out, complete the objectives, revive each other. And that's what we really concentrate on here in Battlefield. That's why we don't want Call of Duty players. So with that in mind, I said, you know what, I'm coming into Battlefield. I want to really test this game out for what it really is, get a feel for it, and play by their rules. So I got into it and I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to complete our objectives. I'm going to try to get some kills in the process, and hopefully that will allow us to win. Now, I'm not going to say that because of me, we won a bunch of domination games. I ended up playing a few games. Like, I don't know. Maybe I played like 7 domination games, maybe something like that. I don't know. I think we won probably like 5. So we won like 80%. I won 80% of the domination games that I played because I only lost 2. And I tried really hard to capture like a lot of objectives every single time. I would end up capturing like 12 or 11 or 10. A lot of the team wasn't really all that, like they didn't care too much for getting the objective, but kept trying to roll with it. I also felt that some of these bastards weren't reviving me. Like I would revive them, but then I'd be like, revive me, and they would just keep running past me. Like, I don't know. So like, I guess if you're playing Battlefield 6, and you're going into these squads, you're going into domination, you're going into conquest, whatever, you really do need to have a squad. Or at least the people that you meet and engage with, maybe talk to them and try to build some rapport so you guys can actually play together as a team, because it is very team oriented and you thrive and you win if you play as a team. It's very different, but it is something that I enjoy. And so in terms of the feel of the game, it does take a little bit of a learning curve if you're not from Battlefield. Like, I mean, we've been talking about this for a few weeks now here on the channel. If you're a Call of Duty player and you're coming into Battlefield, you shouldn't expect for it to be like Call of Duty. It definitely feels more different, I would say, this year than like Battlefield 2042. Like just the movement feels a little bit different. It feels like it wanted to cater a little bit more to the casual person that comes in and wants to play some first person shooter, military type of game. It definitely feels good. The movement feels good, but you have to mess mess with the settings, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You really do. So I would look up one of those, and I would have to put aside 30 to 40 minutes to make the settings perfect, because the settings are way more complicated than in something like COD. Like, you have to really go through a lot of different things in the menu just to make the controller feel good and feel like you're able to compete. And with that being said, the movement of the game felt good, the running felt good, the sliding felt good, the vaulting felt good, the crouching felt good, even like dropping completely to the ground felt good. Their new kinetic movement, which is basically like Black Ops 6's Omni movement, you're able to like lay on your back and turn your character fully. So the kinetic movement felt good, to be honest. I got like 1 or 2 kills off my back. The shooting of the guns and the recoil and everything, I fixed all that in the settings, so I feel like it helped me tremendously. I'm curious to see how it would have been right out the box, like with the settings that Battlefield 6 kind of imposes on you. I think it would be really hard to navigate, but the first 3 games, I would say the first 3 games that I played, I had such a hard time aiming at the guy that I was shooting. It was like I was shooting and I was going everywhere with it, even after adjusting my settings. But I think there's just a learning curve to it. I just had to kind of get in the zone a little bit, and I needed to slow down. That was something I told myself, slow down, slow down. And so I did. I was able to slow down. I was able to catch like 1 or 2 or 3 guys running really quickly because they're running like crazy, but I'm a little bit slowed down. I was able to kill them and complete my objectives. I realized that slowing down, playing as a team, and being patient with my kills, waiting for my kills, waiting for my opportunity really gets me thriving in Battlefield 6. Running around like a psychopath, trying to rush people, running into open space, that is not a good idea. That's what I've been learning from the Battlefield 6 beta. But overall, I have enjoyed it tremendously. It does feel like a really good, grounded type of military shooter that maybe we've been missing if this is the type of game that you like. And now lastly, what I will say about the beta is I wanted to play it to get a feel for the campaign, because in my head, the most important thing for me in Battlefield, and I know this is crazy for you guys to hear, but it's the campaign. I wanted to feel the game and play the game and get the shooting down and the movement and all that to prepare myself a little bit more for the campaign and to get an idea of how the campaign is going to look potentially, how the campaign is going to tackle some of these locations, how the campaign is just going to feel. And I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun in the campaign if the movement and everything feels this way. It feels like it has a nice weight to it. It feels strong. It feels realistic. It feels like there's a good reward system. So I'm just very, very excited, and I'm glad that I was able to jump in. I'm going to keep playing the Battlefield beta throughout today, tomorrow, and the weekend, and maybe we'll bring out a gameplay video if it's good enough, or maybe we'll do other videos talking about other aspects of the beta and my overall thoughts on Battlefield. So thank you.